They're here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to
Ghost
Frickin'
Talking.
Welcome back, Ghost Frickin' Talking. We are a weekly podcast that can be found on anywhere that you can find your podcast and on YouTube. I am your humble host, Nick, with my co-host,
Trenton.
All right, what's going on, man?
Doing good.
Doing good. Welcome back. If you guys are just joining us again from Wolf Hollow specialty shop.
Yeah.
I kept calling it oddities last episode, and evidently I was wrong. It's not an oddity shop. It is a special gift shop. SHOPPE.
You said pee-pee.
PP. All right, guys. So we are live today from Wolf Hollow. It is a specialty shop, a gift shop in Rockford, Illinois, located at 3800 East State Street. I got it right this time. I kept saying Riverside last time. I don't know how many times I said Riverside last time. Hopefully I said State Street last time correctly. But we are live on YouTube right now. So if you guys can, make sure to like this video and share it with all your friends. And if you guys can, make sure to hop in that chat, and then we can talk to you within the chat room here.
Chatty
Chat room.
Chatty.
All right, so I'm going to bring up our live chat. We're going to pop it out because we're kind of rushing back here from lunch, so that's where we are right now. All right, guys, so like I said, we are live at a specialty shop here in Rockford, Illinois, and we lucked out and actually had a few people that first episode come in and share their ghost stories with us. Do we have somebody new here? Hey there, how's it going? No? Okay. Hey there.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Doing all right. We are live on YouTube right now.
You are?
Yes, we are. Do you believe in the paranormal?
I think I do.
Do you?
I just was looking at one of those SB7 spirit finders.
You kind of like the brother of the SB11.
I don't know. The guy told me 7, but
Yeah. Seven is only one radio. The 11 is dual radios, so you can sweep one going one way and sweep going the other way, so you get a complete white noise instead of like on the 7 is just one radio that sweeps through the stations. But with the 11, you get two of them, so you get more white noise than more radio interference that the 7 has.
Interesting.
And we've had a lot of good stuff with this.
Yeah, they absolutely love it. It's what we use a lot during like investigations and stuff like that.
Want to be careful though, right?
Whenever you're messing with
Are they gonna follow?
As
long as you ask them not to follow you. I guess in the spirit world, if you tell them not to follow you, supposedly they're not supposed to be able to. I recently was out in New Jersey and going on America's most haunted road. It's called Clinton Road out there. And you definitely felt something that was out there. And I made sure to tell them that nothing was able to come back with me because there's negative energy out there that I didn't want.
Yeah, and it can be a little scary. I worry about it a little bit. I've been thinking about one of those. So I have to think about it some more.
It's well worth it.
Yeah,
if you feel that you have spirits anywhere and you want to communicate with them, we've had full-on conversations with spirits like we're having right now. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. And I've had voices mimicked over it. Like his voice would come across here.
Yeah.
Or my dad who passed away, his voice came across here. Otherwise, it's more, more just random but it's not the actual radio station bleeding through, because you can definitely tell when something pops through. It kind of like dilutes the white noise, and you hear an actual voice come across
Yeah,
it.
it's cool.
I would need to, talk to somebody with your skill in it and figure out if I wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Ouija. That's all I heard.
Well, I collect Ouija boards.
Do you?
I just
Yes.
bought. I just got approved to buy it on eBay.
Uh-oh.
What did I just buy?
We are
Not a
talking
Ouija, but
to
something-
people here in the shop.
No. I'm gonna go find out what it was.
Do you have any personal paranormal stories?
Yes.
Would you like to share them?
I don't. It's not. It's not anything dramatic.
Well,
It's just there was a full formed person laying next to me.
whoa!
Whoa, that's
Whoa!
not dramatic.
That's not dramatic enough. Why don't you? Do you have a minute?
Sure.
Would you like to come in here and sit down? We are live on YouTube right now.
Hello.
And we will be broadcast across the world via podcast when I get these podcasts out. But would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Dana Bauerlein.
And you have found yourself into Wolf Hollow today?
Correct. Here to purchase some cool oddities. My girlfriend is actually buying a embalmed beaver.
Yes! Yes!
Sounds kind of naughty.
Whoa!
It's
You know what?
legit.
You know, on this podcast, that's right up our alley. Embalmed beavers are kind of where we go with.
It was between that and the goat. So yeah.
Ah, very nice. A goat. But okay, you said you've had a actual full-on apparition laying next to you?
Yes. And I know that it wasn't a hallucination. I woke up and the person was laying on their side, staring at me. And I blinked. And I blinked twice, just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And it was still there. And then it just disappeared.
Very, very cool. That's awesome.
It was a man, and a young man. And it was just sort of comforting. It wasn't anything scary or weird. And I don't know why I woke up. I just did. And it was just sort of staring at me. Just like,
Very, very cool.
hello.
He didn't look familiar to you?
No,
at all?
dark hair, someone I'd never seen before.
Oh, wow.
And I just thought, protected, comforted.
Really?
Yeah, and absolutely no reason for me to wake up out of a dead sleep and see that. And that's why I blinked so many times. I just thought, okay, I'm coming out of a dream or something. And so I just, go. Yep, still there. And then, woo.
All right. So,
Goodbye.
did you feel like somebody was actually laying there? Like, did it
No.
feel like somebody was depressed in the bed at all? No.
No.
It was
But it was
just
sharing the space with me for sure.
really.
But just, and I didn't take the time to look up and down. I didn't take the time to look full body. It was just like no shirt, no clothes.
Heyo.
Just sort of like this.
Really?
Just staring.
Well, if you're going to dream,
Yeah. You know.
the way you want it.
I guess, right? Wow.
Yeah,
That, in your like.
My oh, I've told it several times, and I
Was
don't
I drinking at the time?
probably. And it's just one of those things that's the only story I tell. And when you asked if I had any stories, it's like, oh yeah, that's the one, because it was so real, and it was absolutely.
And then you tried to brush it off like it was nothing. Come on.
People think I'm nuts.
Oh, you are in a room full of people that are nuts.
They're not.
Yeah, no, I have a healthy respect for the afterlife. I've talked to mediums, and they've actually been absolutely. My father committed suicide, and actually the medium was the person that kind of got me finally over the hump, and able to find some closure and some peace, knowing that, my father was okay and watching me and doing a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
he did like to fish, and the medium didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
So anyway, I do have. I don't know if I believe in like angels and all of that stuff, but I think I believe in
Their energies.
and-
Just too much energy for it to.
Yeah. See that's where we're kind of on the fence. Is people believe what they want to believe in, whether there's a heaven, hell, demons, angels.
Right.
I am on a full belief that it's energies. Everybody's got an energy.
I don't think that there's a hell. I absolutely refuse to buy into that. The warm place. I think that evil walks among us. 24/7.
No.
I think it's all about, like you're saying. I think it's an energy. It's whether it's biological or whatever. But I do believe in reincarnation.
Yep, exactly. And if you had a bad energy as a human, I believe you have a bad energy when you pass away. Your energy, because energy doesn't go anywhere, and you
it
can't.
leaves a stain.
Yeah,
like a coffee mug on a
so
cake.
so people are quick to jump and say if something's bad, it's demonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's that person was a bad person in real life, and their energy when they left their body is bad energy. Not saying that they're demons or whatnot.
Right. No, I think that's a bunch
What
of
did that woman in
horseshit.
Ireland tell me? That I had a good energy about me. Or
Yeah.
aura or something.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's got a good aura, except for me, I guess.
Everyone has to get our
Because we were.
What's wrong with your aura?
I don't know. We was it last week or the week before they had a medium here, and I've totally raked mediums across. I didn't believe in them. I thought they're a bunch of hooey. And Liz is like, you need to come in. I got this guy coming in, and he'll just blow you away. So I was like, okay, prove it to me. So I brought my mom in. It was her birthday, and this guy that was sitting here, he instantly clicked in with my mom. And he's like, oh, you got this aura around you, and you got all this energy and everything. And I'm like looking over, and I'm like, I got the energy. I walk into places and I feel things,
Yeah.
whether spirit wise or you just get a bad mojo feeling when because we walked into Memorial Hall, never been there before, and as soon as you walk into that doorway, the vestibule area of Memorial Hall, it hits you it's like you're walking into a fog.
Yeah, it's so funny. I've always felt that way about that place. There's
Yeah.
just something icky there. You've been in their place 1,000 times.
I mean, they have so many artifacts about like the orders and
Of
stuff
course.
like that.
No.
So much attached to
Yeah.
each button and
Yeah,
coat.
exactly. Yeah.
And what's so funny about this place is that you would think that you would pick up on a bunch of things here, and I don't.
I have. The first time I walked in here I was standing next to that pew, and I'm like, man, something is drawing me right here to this pew. And so we came in here for story night. They had story night on a Saturday night. Kathy Crystal came in with her stories and stuff like that, and Liz was telling us about the spirit that's attached to this pew, and that they have a name for them and everything. And at that point, I was like, I knew it.
Really?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew there was something tied to this pew. And
Well, she was just telling us how she sages, and she sages the sidewalk and all of that stuff. And I thought, well, maybe that's why I don't feel anything in particular when I come in here.
and that's the only spot. Well, sitting in here today, I don't know if it's because it's closed in or whatnot, but sitting in here today, I've got that kind of like heavy feeling in here.
Nope, it's something.
Oh yeah, looking at this mannequin. We've been waiting all day for this mannequin to turn its head because it's just creepy.
She kind of looks like Joan Crawford in the no wire hangers scene, a little bit. So, but yeah. Anyway, so that's my story, and
Yeah, well,
go help my friend buy her beaver.
Heyo,
Hi-yo.
heyo, all right,
And scene.
and scene. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Check us out on YouTube or listen to us. It's called Ghost Frickin' Talkin'.
Ghost freaking talking.
Yeah, right there, Ghost Frickin' Talkin'.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for sitting in, guys. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, so that's what you can get here at Wolf Hollow. You can go get an embalmed beaver.
It looks like Galagade's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Galagade? I'm sorry, I've been neglecting the chat just because there hasn't been anything going on in the chat. So if Galagade is still there, we appreciate you tuning in all the way from England.
England.
Dun 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 dun. All right, guys. So,
That's my ringtone.
uh-oh.
Britannia.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. So thanks, Galligate, for tuning in all the way across the pond. Across the pond. Okay, so we are, like I said, it was cool that we got another awesome story, and she tried to blow it off like it was nothing.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's just a naked ghost just laying next to me. A full-on apparition.
That's like saying that one story with the remote control car. It
Oh,
was like,
yeah, right.
it was nothing really. I
Yeah,
only
it
got
was
chased
nothing.
by a remote control car.
Right? Galligade says, okay, Nick, I am listening. Thank you very much, Galligade. I appreciate it. This has been fun today here at the shop. It's good luck with your beaver buying. But yeah, it's really cool, being around people that believe in the same stuff that we do.
you just feel like put in. It's just like that Lego convention.
Yeah,
it's just
right?
like
It's
there's
like-
someone out there that actually does the same thing we do.
I know, right? There's people out there as crazy as us, and I have to say, people love these prints, dude. That's the one I got. That's the one right there.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Death Doctor, the Plague Doctor.
Yeah, that one's cool.
I bought him. That was pretty sharp looking. Yeah, so there's awesome stuff in this shop. So if you guys are ever in the Rockford, Illinois area, make sure to hit 3800 East State Street
Yes.
for Wolf Hollow. It's really cool in here. People come through and they're having a good time looking at. I'll tell you one thing: that bear has gotten a lot of play today.
I mean, because it looks like
Is it a backpack?
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It looks like that one person from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, the lock, shock, and barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't tell if he has a gimp mask on or is he an actual bear. No, I can't. Oh, it is a gimp mask.
You want to bring it over?
Yeah, go grab that bear. That bear has gotten a lot of action. Let's promote this bear. All right, he's running out here. We're going to grab some visuals. So if you guys are listening via podcast, make sure to check us out on YouTube, and you guys can check out this awesome bear. Yeah, dude, that bear is awesome, dude.
I know.
Is it a backpack though?
Yes.
Oh, it is a backpack.
It's like a purse. Maybe no, it's a backpack.
All right, guys, so check it out. This is the kind of cool stuff you can find at this shop. Look at, oh, he is really cool.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Galligade over there across the pond.
But yeah, he's got a zipper back here, so you can hide all your unmentionables in here. But yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, and he's got his one eye missing. I don't know how good you guys can make that on camera, but yeah, this is cool. I like it, and it could be yours for $75. All right.
It's pretty cool.
All right, so that is cool. I've seen a lot of people picking them up and playing around with them, so we thought we'd bring them in here. Yeah, so, creepy teddy bears, awesome kind of stuff like that. That's what you're going to find around here, and I will be going around here filming, and I will have a video out here shortly showing you around the store, and we'll make sure to go into that creepy bathroom they have there.
But I don't want to go.
That's why I went when we were at the restaurant. Is that Doc Sampson's friend? Yeah. We need to hook Doc up with the creepy bear. But I want to, because you're going to head out of here at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And we're going to talk spirits and the holiday season. We talked about Mothman. That was our stolen news on the last episode. But now we're going to dive into the creepiness that is surrounding the holiday season. I mean, as a kid, were you ever freaked out by Santa Claus?
I mean, kinda. I mean, he came into your house and like and everything. But he was pretty cool. He was pretty chill. He didn't do anything bad, like
Right.
some other person that we're gonna be talking about.
Oh, but the Krampus.
The Krampus.
Krampus would. He is like the. I don't know. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the shop. We are live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Do you guys have you guys ever had any paranormal experiences?
I don't know.
Huh? Have you? Would you like to come sit down and share it with us?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hold on. Watch out, lady. I want to see.
All right. You can come here and sit down, and we will talk to you. All right. So this is what we're here for today. We're here collecting scary stories from people. My name is Nick.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam. We are Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. We are a podcast, but we are also on YouTube. So we put out a weekly podcast where we talk, about the paranormal and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. But today we have been invited by the fine folks of Wolf Hollow to talk to people. If you have scary stories, or we're calling it Ghost of Christmas Past, but it doesn't have to be a ghost of Christmas Past, but we're just talking because back in the old days, before you had the internet, TV, or anything like that, people shared stories.
Yeah.
And there is a line in one of the Christmas songs, I believe it's the most wonderful time of the year, where he goes sharing ghost stories and tales of the glory from Christmases long, long ago, because they would share ghost stories around Christmas time. So that's what we're here today, sharing ghost stories. So what kind of paranormal experience have you had?
Well, actually,
Go ahead and speak right into that microphone.
my mom's old apartment used to have a poltergeist in it. It had this terrible habit of throwing things.
Okay.
It was usually small objects, but its favorite thing to do was to unscrew the lampshades on the top. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
Would unscrew those and drop them.
Oh, wow. And they probably just shatter?
Oh, one of them, yeah,
Wow.
big mess. But yeah, it was kind of a terrifying house.
Yeah. Did you ever get anything thrown at you per se?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
Small knickknacks kept around the house, usually small wooden animals from Noah's Ark sets or
Really?
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cool,
Yeah.
but like not cool at the same time.
Yeah. We've
Cool to
had.
remember it. It's terrifying to experience.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've had stuff thrown, because we live in a pretty active house as well, and
Yeah.
that's basically why we got into this whole thing. Is
yeah?
because living in it, you might as well talk about it, right?
Yeah, the patrol car chased us. So
Yeah, and we've had we'll be sitting there watching TV at night and Lego, because we also have a YouTube channel. It's a Lego channel, and so we have got Lego all over the house. We'll be sitting there watching TV and Lego will get thrown against the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it's fine.
Peace sign.
It's out there. Say hello to the internet.
Hi guys.
Yeah. So were you ever hurt or injured by it?
Injured, not severely, but obviously something hitting you in the head, hitting in the body.
Yeah.
You took small damage, but nothing serious.
Oh, yeah. That sucks that you would have to take any kind of damage.
There's also some really cool points too, like the random laughter or
Really? Like you would hear it?
yeah, it was audible.
Really?
It was an audible laugh.
Wow. Did you guys ever catch it like on film or?
I lost 2 cameras that way.
Really?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, I lost 2 cameras that way.
I mean, it's not cool, but it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Well,
Like I said, it's cool to remember. It was terrifying to experience.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like what we brought up earlier, because we'll actually record episodes of the podcast, and one day we had actually something happen. We were watching something reach around our bathroom door and like peeked around, and we kind of freaked out during the podcast. Went up and everything. I went to go upload it, and the file corrupted.
Yeah.
So it was like something didn't want us putting that out there.
Yeah.
So whether spirits can manipulate that way or whatnot, but
I've been told they could, but
yeah, but if you've lost like cameras and stuff
I've
like
lost
that,
2 cameras that way.
then they don't want you sharing whatever you
No.
got. Yeah, very nice. So what brings you into the shop today?
Well, we're doing a cookie crawl today. My husband's favorite shop is next door, and I've actually never been inside Wolf Hollow.
This is a really cool shop.
It looks really cool.
It's really awesome. Yeah, there's a lot to look at. I've been through here about 4 times and haven't seen everything yet. So.
I believe it's got a lot. Looks like it has a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of stuff.
definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your experiences with me, and say hello to the world.
Hi. Oh my gosh, child.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the shop and get your cookie on and enjoy. All right, guys. So just like that, we have another experience live here on YouTube. This is really cool. I love getting experiences from people and people backing up my stories, dude. How weird is it that people have stuff happen to them that happened to us?
I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're holding that beaver well.
Yeah, but it's pretty. It's pretty insane to like. You lost cameras.
Yeah.
Like, holy
The ghost
crap.
does not want your stuff out there.
Not just one camera, 2 cameras.
Multiple camera.
That just blows my mind.
All right, so we're going to get back into the holiday spirit here. Just like that. You know, that's how it happens when you're live like this. You never know when stuff's going to happen. So we're back on to Krampus because everybody loves a Krampus. Krampus has become more into limelight as of late. A really good movie came out a few years ago. And if you guys want, there is a video out there, a podcast that I sat in on and we reviewed Krampus, and it's called The Saturday Night Freak Show. Galligate in the chat says, have you been on a walk around the shop? Will that be on video later? Yes, I will video this once we wrap up here a little bit later. I'm going to walk around here, get some video and put it up probably this weekend sometime, and then you guys can enjoy that. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right, back to Krampus. Krampus had a movie a few years ago, brought back him into the limelight of things, and there's been some really bad Krampus movies after that. And I believe you've seen the bad Krampus
Yeah, I
movie.
think I saw the terrible one.
There's some bad Krampus movies out there. But what Krampus is that back in the old days, people needed to keep their kids in line. So in order to keep their kids in line, they had to basically scare your kids because you didn't want Krampus coming to visit you.
Dude, I was terrified. Like, as a child, you told me about it, I was terrified. I was petrified. I'm like, no, please, no.
Because Krampus, by the way, is best friends with Saint Nicholas. Because back in the days, before Christmas was a Christmas thing, St. Nicholas Day was December 6th. And on December 5th, Krampus would come and take the bad kids, either beat the hell out of them with birch sticks,
Yeah.
or would actually kidnap them and eat them.
Yep. Then I was just like, no, I don't want to get eaten.
You don't want to get eaten by Krampus. And Krampus was this hideous-looking devil type of creature. He has horns and a forked tongue, hooven feet, shackled by...
You can see.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys look down here on the YouTube channel, the Krampus is actually pictured here, and it is by Mr. Kevin Hinkle. And he is in the chat. Welcome, Kevin, to the show. His artwork is displayed at the corner here, and he did this Krampus, this awesome Krampus drawing. Nick has been good. No swearing so far.
We did talk about strap-ons.
Yeah, strap-ons earlier, but we've actually been doing good. Mr. Hinkle says, I was actually baptized in the name of St. Nicholas. I was also born on Christmas Eve, so... so Mr. Hinkle's got a birthday coming up.
Oh, happy birthday.
But going back to Krampus and St. Nicholas Day was December 6th. Krampus Day was December 5th.
Yeah.
And, parents were like, you don't want Krampus coming to see you. So Krampus has been adorned on like postcards. People would send postcards like they would Christmas cards, but it'd be for Krampus Day, and it'd be picturing an evil demon type spirit beating kids, eating kids, and kidnapping them.
That's funny.
And basically, Krampus, the vision of Krampus just kind of died out, and people paid no attention to him until this movie started, getting put in production. And people were like, "What? Who the hell is Krampus?"
I was the same, and then you're like, dude,
Dude,
he will eat you.
Krampus is the man. And they have huge like parades across the country and throughout the world for Krampus Day now on December 5th. So if you are listening to this, you made it through Krampus Day.
Congratulations, you can have Christmas.
Yeah. So you must have been good enough to not get eaten by
Smoten.
By Mr. Krampus himself. Mr. Hinkle Draws in the chat says the Krampus was fun. I also laughed when other people were like, "You're spending too much time on Krampus." To my suggestion, I know, right? But that Krampus came out looking awesome as hell, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on it from you, from people to pass on to you, Kevin, that people think your Krampus is awesome. But yeah, Krampus was actually best friends with St. Nicholas.
That's cool.
It's kind of like shake and bake.
Shake and bake, Cal.
Yeah, definitely.
I can just see Santa Claus
Santa Claus and Krampus shake and bake. Yeah, so Krampus and St. Nicholas, we're buddies, dude. Imagine that.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Krampus is like, line them up and knock them out, right? So Krampus, is really they had a Krampus actually here in the store. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, you got the Krampus?
I'll go get him.
Do you know where the Krampus is?
They got like a bunch.
Oh, he's gonna go grab an actual Krampus. But yeah, parents would actually, to remind their kids to be good all year round, they would actually have birch sticks adorned in gold and hung them above their fireplaces just to remind their kids that Krampus will use this on them if they were not good. All right, so we do have a little Krampus here. Look at they have Krampuses.
He's not as cute as this, though.
Look at, hey, I'm Krampus, and I am here on Goose Freaky Talking. See you guys. Bye. How was the cookie? Was it good? Awesome. And the mom's like, get him out. Get him out. Go. There's creepy people over there in that tent are over there playing with dolls. But yeah, look at, he's got the cool tongue. He's actually cuddly. I want a Krampus. How much is the Krampus? 65 for the Krampus. Yeah, but that is Krampus. So yeah. What parents would do to their kids, they would actually, because there was like kind of like an offshoot of Krampus called Black Peter, kind of in the same vein of what Krampus did, but parents would actually pay or give money to their neighbors or anything like that to actually go in there and have their neighbors come and beat their kids that were bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And they would come dressed as Black Peter and have their kids beat because they were bad kids.
Oh, well, that's an oof.
Yeah, right? And you could get away with that kind of stuff back in the day.
Yeah, nowadays they'll just be like, you're getting shot now.
Right? Hey there, how's it going? How are you doing today? Have you ever had any paranormal experiences? Oh, okay.
I want to hear your story.
Ah, very nice. Right now we are kind of going through Krampus a little bit, talking about kind of the weird stuff that people try to hide away from the holiday season. But Krampus is actually taking he's being revived, I guess.
Yeah,
With the whole movie that came out a few years ago. Are you aware of Krampus? Krampus, there, back in the day, before there was actual like Christmas and Christmas Eve, you would have St. Nicholas Day, which was December 6th. That was when St. Nicholas would come and deliver presents to kids and candies and whatnot. But on December 5th was Krampus Day. Krampus was best friends with St. Nicholas. And he was like a demon hooven, and there is frickin' Santa Claus.
I got scared. I was like, Krampus!
Yeah, right? We actually have Santa Claus just walked into the shop here.
I know him!
So this is what happens. But yeah, on December 5th, it was Krampus Day, and if you weren't a good kid, Krampus would come and either beat you with birch sticks, or he would kidnap you and eat you.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, so you tell your kids throughout the year, be good, otherwise Krampus will come and get you. So what Krampus did, he came in and took care of all the bad kids. So St. Nicholas knew where to go for all the good kids. Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah. And there was a movie a couple years ago brought out that kind of revitalized the whole mythos of Krampus. And there's been a lot of bad movies made, like kind of those spin-off B type of movies. Yeah, so Krampus, and we've actually talked about him, the last couple years,
Yeah.
and actually the kids were like, I don't want the whole Krampus thing coming after me. All right, so we got people in the chat. What's going on here? We got Kevin Hinkle. What's he talking about? Beaten, eaten alive. Well, yes. All right, so that is Krampus, and we got Santa. Hey, come in here for a second, Santa. Come over here and say hi to the world. We are live on YouTube right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Oh, there you go. There's Santa Claus. Yeah. So we have an impersonator over here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones?
Mr. Bones. But he doesn't wear the suit as well as you do, sir.
Well, thank you, but I guess he's seen a better day.
Yeah, right. He needs a few more cookies. Well, thank you very much for stopping in here, Santa.
You take care.
Only here at Wolf Hollow could you be talking about Krampus, and then his buddy Santa Claus comes rolling in. It's like, what's
Krampus is
up?
already gone from.
Come-
Santa! I know him. I know him.
All right, going into more of the folklore of Christmas. Did you know that back in the day there was what was called the Tomties?
What's that?
They were house elves.
So like goblins.
No, dude. Basically, all right. You know Elf on the Shelf.
Oh my God, yes.
This was the original Elf on the Shelf.
Really?
People would carve these little elves. They kind of look like lawn gnomes, right? And basically, they were the ones that had to keep you in line throughout the year.
Oh.
Because stuff would happen to your place. Let's say you were bad or didn't do anything. The elf would come alive and would either beat you. It's a common thing, like throughout all this stuff, right?
There's a lot of beating.
There's a
kids.
lot of beating kids. You can't get away with that nowadays. That's for sure. But the Tomties, Tomty, the Tomty elves, basically on Christmas Eve, you would reward them with a sticky sweet porridge that you would leave out for the Tomties. What does that kind of remind you of?
Leaving cookies and stuff out for Santa.
Exactly. So when they started, there ain't little kids. I think all the kids are gone. Okay. because you are well aware.
What?
You are well aware.
About what?
Stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, when the whole mythos of Santa Claus was being brought out, they kind of dove into a lot of the classic stuff throughout all these religions, and they kind of pieced it together. So the Tomties would you would leave out the sticky sweet porridge for them, just like you would cookies for Mr. Claus.
Yeah. You know.
I'll bring cookies for Mr. Bones.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bones does need a few.
Yeah, I'll collect a few for him.
Awesome. Mr. Hinklejaw says, speaking of Santa, you guys should watch the new 2D animated film Claus on Netflix. It's beautiful. It's rated R. R for pirates.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tomty elves, dude. That and basically they took the ideas of for Elf on a Shelf. That's the Tomties.
So Albert's gonna come over here and just start beating the crap out of Logan.
yeah, exactly.
I can just imagine that. Logan's just being sitting there yelling or something. The Elf on the Shelf comes alive and starts beating the crap out of Logan.
Right. Also, did you know that do you know why pine trees are used as wreaths?
Isn't it some like spirit type thing where like spirits don't like some type of pine, or like evil spirits don't like say some type of pine?
Holy shit, dude.
What?
Have you been doing some research?
No, I mean, maybe.
Okay. We're going back in the old days again. Back where the winters were so harsh, and people would look out and they would see nothing. Everything is dead. You could possibly be dead because you couldn't stay alive during the winter. All right?
Yeah.
And basically the only thing you saw were the pine trees out there, still green, fresh, alive. So everyone was like, well, that's because death can't get to these trees. So what they ended up doing is that they made wreaths and put it on their doors during the winter time.
Yeah.
Because if they put those on the door, evil spirits couldn't get into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we have wreaths now.
Yeah. I mean, I knew about it because I believe he talked about it at some point in time.
Mr. Hinkle in the chat says, nah, the movie is very family friendly. The discussion became rated R when kids were around.
No. I was going to say, I heard Claus is a pretty good movie. It looked child friendly.
Yeah, so when I was talking to Megan about these things, she's like, "You're really ruining Christmas for me."
I mean, it's just cool to have know about the stuff that people don't talk about. It's really cool.
Did you know that Christmas was outlawed in America at one point?
Yeah, just like Halloween was at one point.
You know why Christmas was
Because people are going into people's houses trying to give each other presents.
No, because the Puritans thought that Christmas was satanic.
Oh, okay.
So they outlawed Christmas in America from 1659 all the way till 1681. It was outlawed. You could not celebrate Christmas.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's like a crap ton of years.
Yeah. So nobody, otherwise you'd be persecuted. And if you did it, you were a witch because you were practicing Satanism, because they viewed Christmas as a satanic holiday.
Why?
You guys guesses, I don't know.
I mean, okay, whatever.
So there is a little bit of the satanic paranormal tie to Christmas, is that people thought back in the day, because if you were doing anything that wasn't pure, and how impure is Christmas, right?
This is like the purest holiday.
Well, their whole feelings was that people shouldn't be merry and that you should live your life as a pure person without having to change yourself into being happy and whatever during the holiday season.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was outlawed then.
That's just
And then
stupid.
after it got unbanned, people just were in that frame of mind to where they just didn't care about Christmas. Christmas was not a national holiday. People did not get anything off. Mr. Hinkle says Christmas is literally the most anti-satanic holiday in existence. It's the celebration of the birth of Christ.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that mythical creature. But we'll leave that for our
Another video.
We'll leave that for another video. But yeah, so people back then, even when it became unbanned, they didn't care about Christmas. They stopped caring about Christmas. People, it was just another day. All up until a certain person in Boston. Uh-oh.
Why is your phone geeking?
I don't know. My phone is geeking up. Gallagade said, I did not know that. But in the Parker House Hotel in Boston, Massachusetts, there was a certain man that made it there to read his story that he made around Christmas time. And you know what story this was?
No.
It was A Christmas Carol. And that person,
Charles Dickens.
and the person that was reading that story was Charles Dickens.
Yep. How did I not think about that?
All right, so Charles Dickens, in 1867, was reading his story, and it really put the Christmas spirit back into people. And people are probably like, well, what are we talking about Charles Dickens for anyway? This is a paranormal podcast. Well, have you guys ever watched A Christmas Carol?
Yes.
What does that base around?
Getting visited by like 4 different spirits.
Yeah, it's about ghosts and spirits around Christmas. So that is our paranormal tie. And, because Charles Dickens, when he was reading this, he put a lot of pride and stuff back into the holiday, that within a few years after that, the president was very moved by Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, that he made Christmas an official holiday in Americas and has been an official holiday ever since then.
So Charles Dickens is like the savior of Christmas.
Yeah, basically Charles Dickens saved Christmas in America.
That's cool.
How's it going, ladies? Hey there. Hey there. We got more people coming in the shop. All right, so yeah, special episode on Christmas Day of Religion Exposed. OG folks grew up on the Muppets Christmas Carol. Sir Michael Caine, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of my favorite ones was the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're visited by 3 ghosts.
Technically 4.
4, because Bob Marley, he was dead.
I love Scrooged. Scrooge is the best.
Yeah, Scrooge has to go down as my best, telling of the Christmas Carol.
Yes. I always have to say better than Muppets. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I definitely have to say Scrooge is my number 1 over the Muppets.
Yeah.
Muppets is good, but Scrooge is even better.
Scrooge is better.
Yeah.
You can shoot me, but just be careful about the Bacardi.
Yeah, you can shoot me, but take it easy on the Bacardi. Yeah, that one's definitely one of the best.
We always use it, like when we're playing like Nerf guns or something. We use that all the time.
Yeah, right. You can shoot me, but take it easy on Bacardi. But yeah, Charles Dickens was the man. Charles Dickens and his ghosts saved Christmas in America.
That's pretty cool.
And how did you not know that? Because it was based around a Doctor Who episode.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was one of the Christmas episodes with Charles Dickens.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't
Matt
remember.
Smith, David Tennant.
I want to say it was the Matt Smith one. Yeah. Yeah. So all you Whovians out there,
No.
back me up
Did I
because
really?
this guy does not
Dude,
remember
I
this.
haven't watched Doctor Who in like years, bro.
Yeah.
I might have to go back. I might actually have to buy Prime just to go.
Charles Dickens, the savior of Christmas.
That's because they only do like a couple Christmas episodes per year.
Yeah.
Every doctor has at least one, except for Matt Smith. He has 2.
Galgate says we have the Grinch on DVD, the new animation, not the Jim Carrey version. That one's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
There's only one Grinch version, and that is
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's Grinch. Hey there, how's it going, guys? Doing all right. Do you guys have any paranormal experiences? No? No. Okay.
I don't understand, so I understand quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Another non-believer.
Oh well.
Yeah, there's another whole wave of people
there's
coming.
a whole
this
big
way.
wave. Of people.
Yeah, right. Galgate says I can't remember that either, Doctor Who. I'm telling you, it happened.
See? Look at that. Gallagate is even in the UK. If she doesn't remember it.
Yeah, it's an episode. Look it up. There's a Charles Dickens episode of Doctor Who.
No, it might be. It might actually be because I might remember it. Okay.
All right.
Because I believe Doctor was the.
Because I think that
ghost.
was where there was a creature in the water. I think.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember with the Centaurians.
Yeah, Mr. Hinkle says all these people think you're selling cable television contracts. No, thank you. Basically, we've had a handful of people say, yeah, no. We've actually coerced a few over here to actually share their story with us. But yeah, we're having a really good time at the shop here. We are almost done with our 3rd hour even. And your mama's going to be coming getting you, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to have to go get Randy to come in here and sit with me for a little bit. And
Oh, okay. So it wasn't no one that we were remembering. It might have been a different one. But it had the one doctor that only had 1 season.
The
Christopher Alistino.
Oh, the leather jacket guy?
Yeah, leather jacket dude.
I remembered a Charles Dickens episode, and I thought it had something to do with the Christmas Carol, too, about saving Christmas or whatnot. But yeah.
It is.
Look at it.
But I don't remember this.
But we do have another item here talking about spirits and Christmas and weird stuff. Did you know that the Italians they didn't celebrate Christmas. They celebrated what was called Epiphany Eve.
I want to say I heard it before.
And Epiphany Eve, there was no Santa Claus. There was a witch. A witch that rode on a broom and everything and delivered presents to kids. And her name was La Befana. And she was an actual witch that would come to kids and deliver them presents and and would sweep up your house for you.
I mean, it's
hey, if you
clean up my house,
if you want to come and sweep my house and clean it for me, more than like I will open the door for you, witch lady. If you want to come and sweep my house for me, because she would come because basically the sweeping of your house was a symbolization of a fresh new start for the year, because their Christmas, their Epiphany Eve was like January 5th, and she would ride on her little broomstick and deliver toys. How do you think imagine instead of Santa Claus, if we had a witch, wart on her nose and everything?
I think the Santa Claus is more jolly.
Did you also know that Santa Claus didn't always wear that red suit? Do you know that the vision of Santa Claus we know of today, it was created by Coca-Cola?
I did know that. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why he wears a red suit is because that is the colors of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh. They didn't know it. We're teaching everybody.
Oh, okay. I knew that, but I just didn't know like what he wore before.
And did you know that the institution of the reindeer? Do you know when that came in?
No.
When the guy who wrote the poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." There had never been any alliterations of Santa Claus ever having reindeer ever.
Then how would Santa Claus go place to place?
Saint Nicholas would walk.
Dude, how was he fat then? Like, come on.
Yeah. So the guy that wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" is the guy that initiated the whole reindeer movement.
My whole childhood is ruined.
That's what
Like-
Megan. That's what Megan said. She goes, "You are ruining Christmas for me."
My childhood is ruined. Okay, like no joke.
Uh,
Christopher Alestino is the first reboot Doctor who was really good in my opinion.
yeah, he was horrible.
Yeah, he was horrible.
He was horrible. But was he? What's the
Capaldi?
Capaldi bad?
No, he was the Capaldi bad.
But yeah. So yeah, dude, that's Santa Claus and a reindeer and all that kind of stuff. The
reindeer and the Santa Claus thing kind of messed up my childhood a little bit.
Did it?
Because like I don't understand why it would, but like it just feels weird now.
I was actually traumatized as a kid, and I can still remember it all the time. Is that there was a movie that came out in the 1980s. It was called Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, I could tell now. That's pretty traumatizing.
And there was a movie store, or there was like a movie section in our grocery store at the time. It was Logley's.
Really?
And you would walk in, and they had this like cardboard cutout of this bloody Santa Claus hand coming out of a chimney, holding a bloody axe. I was so messed up as a kid that thinking that Santa Claus was going around hacking up people.
That's funny.
Right?
That's kind of funny.
So I have to say some of the more creepier like horror movies have to do with around the Christmas time, because you take something as innocent as Christmas
Yeah.
and just screw it up, dude.
That's like why I don't really like dolls that much, because like they're really creepy, because you take something so innocent, then you make it like not innocent.
So the creepiness of horror movies. What do we got? Hinkle says, "I was traumatized by watching half of the horror film Jack Frost of a Killer Snowman.
I
will never watch the second half of that film. Makes me sick to my." Actually, we were just talking about that because I was like, I don't think you've seen too many horror Christmas movies.
I will have to say that's one of my favorite horror Christmas movies of all time.
Because it's like the only one you've ever seen.
No, because it's so funny. It's so stupid.
Oh, dude, that's the kind of horror movies I like. Is the cheesy, like those movies. Like
They put antifreeze on them.
yeah, to kill him, we have to use antifreeze.
That's funny.
And then there's actually a sequel to that movie.
Really?
Where he goes to Hawaii. yeah,
must
Jack
watch.
Jack Frost goes to Hawaii, dude, and they have like little like he can shoot off like little minions and stuff from himself. It's an odd bird of a movie, but yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night messed me up, and I didn't even watch the movie until I became an adult. But that's all I can remember is that bloody axe hand. And that kind of messed me up. So it always made me afraid to go to see Santa Claus. Every kid is afraid of Santa Claus, dude. But yet they want to, like you guys, whenever I take you to the mall, you'd be like, oh, can we go see Santa? But you didn't want to go see Santa. You wanted to see him.
Yes.
You wanted to look at him.
We didn't want to go like talk to him.
You didn't want to go and sit on his lap or talk to him. You wanted to...
Who wants to sit on a stranger's lap? That's not something you do.
Hinkle says, I like psychological thrillers. A bit of a slash and blood is fine, but hardcore gore and disturbing deaths are not Hinkle approved.
So none of that Saw stuff is for Hinkle?
Yeah, so I have a movie that you need to check out, Hinkle. It's called Terrifier. Go and check that out. It's on Netflix. You remember Terrifier, don't you? It was that clown guy.
Oh,
where he was in the
white one?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want, there is no slash or gore in Terrifier at all. Galgate says, I don't like horror movies at all, Kevin. I can't really watch it. And then Hinkle says, Jigglepuff, did you watch the awful Jack Frost movie?
Yes, it was so funny, but yeah, like, so the way he died was so hilarious. He died because of antifreeze. They dumped antifreeze on him.
Yeah, and like I think you can come across some like when they do horror movies during the holiday, like during Christmas. There's just so many things you can kill somebody with. I think one of the most innovative things was killing somebody with an icicle, because think about it. You stab somebody kill somebody with an icicle. There's no evidence left, dude. No fingerprints, no nothing, because boom.
You're right. You're right. Am I scared? I love the first Saw, but they pushed it way too far in the third and fourth, and then I couldn't keep watching them. That is true.
Yeah, because Saw went down that what they call in the horror movie genre. Saw is considered torture porn movies. Basically, it's just when you're watching it to see people get tortured, and that goes back to the old days of where people would sell out coliseums to watch people get ate by lions and crap. So that's kind of where everybody. I think that's ingrained in everyone's DNA, whether they want to believe it or not. But it's ingrained, and it's just nature. That scene of the lady in the bathtub and the elderly lady in the tree and ornaments was the end for me. Somebody air done. There was a scene, and they made a sequel to Silent Night, Deadly Night. Well, I don't know if it's more of a sequel than a remake or a re-envisioning, however they want to call it these days. But this guy was tied up in a chair. He had one end of a string of lights put in his mouth, like
I think I've seen that.
And he was sitting in a chair in a basement that had water all over the floor.
Oof.
And they plugged the string of lights in, and he got electrocuted.
Ow.
So, innovative deaths on Christmas. We got more people walking in. Oh, I'm still waiting for your mom to come walking in here to get you.
I am too.
So we are on to our last hour here. Oh, I love the look on people's faces when they walk in. It's
yeah.
Like, okay, this is different. Yeah, that's our little take on Christmas and all that fun stuff. So has Christmas been ruined for you now?
No.
No?
Not really.
You're still good with the Christmas?
Yeah.
Because you got to really think about it. All, people back in the day, basically they lived their entire lives off of worrying about spirits and ghosts and stuff like that. That you would adorn your door because you think that pine trees and pine needles would keep away the evil spirits.
Yeah. Hello, folks. May we ask what your current cable provider is?
Yeah, that guy wasn't. I was gonna be like, "What's up?" But he totally did not look enthused.
He looks. He's a non-believer.
He is a non-believer.
I could tell.
But yeah. So once again, we are here live at Wolf Hollow, talking Ghosts of Christmas Past today. That's kind of the theme of the day, but we're basically trying to get people in here to talk about their personal ghost experiences, and we've had a handful of people show up today. More so the beginning, the first episode. This episode we had the one lady that. Okay, if you wake up and you see a naked ghost laying next to you.
First of all, I'm gonna be like, cover my butt.
Yeah, you're
First
gonna
of
be
all.
like, don't ghost my butthole.
Don't ghost my butthole.
By the way, I need to commission Mr. Hinkle to come up with a "Don't Ghost My Butthole" T-shirt.
Please, please do so.
I just picture like a cartoon guy kind of bent over with a ghost coming out of his butt and be like, "Don't ghost my butthole."
Please.
Galgate says, "What is on your wish list for Santa?"
What is yours?
I don't know. If I could have anything that I want, if Santa Claus wanted to come bring me a new laptop, that would be nice. But yeah, I don't know. There's nothing I really need. My whole thing is, as I grew up being an adult, is seeing my kids on Christmas. That's basically my Christmas wish, is seeing that they're happy and get what they want. What is yours though?
I got only a couple things that that I want. I don't need anything, but I need to finish the Hidden Side sets, and then I want my George Kittle jersey.
George Kittle.
Yeah, those are the only things I want right now.
I will say I went to go get you a George Kittle jersey because you wanted the throwback.
Yeah.
They don't make them in the throwback for him.
Really?
Yeah, they only have Garoppolo and Sherman.
Darn.
Yep. So Mr. Hinkle says a non-believer of sales pitches. He goes, "Oh my, Welp pays the bills."
Is a new Hoover.
A new Hoover. A new Dyson. Well, just look up Le Befana. She'll come and sweep your house for you. So, yeah, the Christmas Witch. Hello, I'm the Christmas Witch. No, wait, that's a British accent, right? La Befana, she was Italian.
Yeah, she's Italian.
I'll come and no, they're
you gotta be BFAB, bro. No, BFAB's Jamaican.
Jamaican. Yeah, that's the come and know me better. Let me tell you your future.
You sound like Mario though.
Hey, come and see your future over here. It's so me, Mario. Let's see, in Italian. Bippity boppity, bippity boppity. Bippity bippity. I don't know. Hey there, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Do you believe in the paranormal?
Yeah, I do.
Have you had paranormal experience?
Not actually seeing things, but
You've like.
well, when I was a kid.
Do you want to sit down here and do you got a minute?
Yeah.
All right. We are Ghost Frickin' Talking. We are a paranormal podcast where we like to get people's stories and hear what their experiences or whatnot.
All right.
I'm Nick.
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Nice meeting you, Nick. When I was a kid, I must have been maybe, 5, 6 years old. My grandmother had dementia, and she was put in a nursing home in Rockford here. And at that time, the nursing home wasn't like a big facility like nursing homes that you might be familiar with. It was actually a house, like an old type of house, and she had her own room and stuff like that. Well, next to her, in another room, there was an old woman there. I don't remember what her name was because I was pretty young. And my grandma didn't recognize me because she had dementia. So I would spend time with this other woman that was across the room from her, right? I can't remember her name, but I called her my friend and stuff like that. And then one day at the house, I was asleep, and in my bedroom, I could look out down the hallway into our kitchen, and I saw this woman that was sitting there. I thought it might have been a dream or whatever. And come to find out, next time we went to see my grandma at the nursing home, I went over to see my friend, and she wasn't there. And that's when I found out that she had passed away.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was kind of weird, but I was pretty young then.
Wow.
Like 5, 6.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When your dad died, and then the day later, he came to you, right?
Yeah. That night, when I went to bed, I went to sleep, and it was like me and my dad were sitting like you and me right now, just having a full-on conversation. And they say that a lot of times, like when people pass like that, and if they're really tied to someone, they will come and visit them.
Right.
It's called a dream visitation, and they'll come and say goodbye or whatnot.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, I was a little kid, so and I thought it was a dream. But then years later, remembering that story, when I could maybe apply it to, maybe it was something paranormal. I don't know.
Oh. Okay. There you go.
So other than that, my grandma, she come out of New York. Not that same grandma. This is now my grandmother on my dad's side. And the neighborhood that she was in, this was back probably early 1900s, maybe 1910. I think she moved to Rockford around 1925. But some women in the neighborhood took her in, taught her how to read tea leaves and do all those kinds of things. And it was years later, she went back to New York with my grandpa and my mom and dad. At that time she was in her 70s, but she hadn't been back to New York for 50 years, maybe. Who knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even longer than that. Went back to her neighborhood, and she heard and she said that she had heard a voice calling her name, Marion, and but she said that she could sense some spirits
Really?
back then. But she gave up being a witch because and I never heard the story, but something happened, and it scared her, and she never read any fortunes anymore. She never did any of that
Oh,
stuff,
wow.
but she gave that up. But
Very cool.
other than that, that's 2 stories I have.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you coming in and retelling those for us.
All right.
Yeah, that's basically what we were doing here today. We were trying to catch people's attention to come over here and give us some cool stories.
Have you heard anyone else said anything? Or?
Yeah. We had a lady just a little while ago. She was in here telling us about how she had a full-on apparition laying next to her in bed, a naked man just laying right next to her.
Okay.
And because I'm like, oh, you got a ghost story? She's like, yeah, but it's nothing too extravagant.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, it was a full-on apparition of a naked man laying next to me in bed. And she was like, I blinked my eyes, he's still there. I blinked it twice, and he was still there.
Right.
So it's not like one of those kind of where you kind of like catch it out of the corner of your eye or
Sure.
something.
Yeah. No, I've never had anything like that other than when I was just that little kid, and I saw her sitting on a kitchen chair.
Very cool. And we brought this up because this is our second shift doing stuff today. We were talking about in our first shift that when kids are younger, they're more open and because they're not shut off from the rest of reality.
Right.
Because you start growing up and you're worrying about other things.
Sure.
But when you're a kid, you don't have much to worry about, and I think there's something that develops in your brain that just kind of shuts off after a while. But when you're a kid, you're just open and
Right.
you're not desensitized by everything.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
you can check us out on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and
What's the name of the?
it's Ghost Frickin' Talking.
All right. Ghost Freaking Talking.
All right.
I'll look
Yep.
that up.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you. All right, so what do we got here in the chat? Mr. Hinklejaw goes, I swear the accents get worse every time. It's brilliant. Mr. Hinklejaw says, thank you for your story, sir. While you're here, may we inquire how happy you are with your current phone provider? Please take our brochure. Basically, that's what it is. And it's like, okay, here you go, sir. You need to sign up for cable. But yeah, we've had some awesome stuff come through here. I'm trying to see if I can get Randy's attention, the other owner of the shop here. We had Liz on the very first episode here because my partner in crime is taken off because he had to go to work. So he's been shuffled off of here. I'm going to take 2 seconds to pop my head out here, see if I can't get Randy to come in here and talk to me for a little bit. Because I don't see anybody else here I can drag in. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. I will be right back. All right, I am back. Mr. Hinklejaw says, this reminds me of when I'm at Walmart and there's those tents set up with the salespeople waiting for it. Nothing but love for the GFT. Thank you very much, Mr. Hinklejaw. Our biggest supporter of the channel. He did go out there and buy himself ghost freaking talking gear. If you want to order your very own ghost freaking talking gear, I am going to put our gear on sale for the next week. I'm dropping the price down $5. So you get a $5 savings coming up this week for GFT gear. So order yours for your Christmas buying pleasures. Oh, that was quick, says Galagain. Randy is going to be coming back here, and we'll talk to him about some of the paranormal experiences that they've actually had in this shop, and talk about how they started up the shop. And this is really cool. But they have some really cool lunch boxes over here. They have the book of the recently deceased from Beetlejuice. They got that over here. Like I said, I will be walking around here with the video camera a little bit later, so you guys get a video out there so you guys can check out this awesome shop. But right now it's just me and Mr. Bones. We're just kind of hanging out. But yeah, if you guys want, like I said, for this week only, I'm going to drop down the prices for Ghost Frickin' Talkin' to celebrate our live appearance here at Wolf Hollow. So make sure to go out and get yourself a t-shirt, dog bandana, coffee cup, mug. I really love my sweatshirt. The sweatshirt is nice and toasty. And I think I wear it. It's my second skin all the time. But yeah, we get that out there. Mr. Hingle says, I know we aren't even at Christmas yet, but does GFT have any 2020 plans, resolutions? The plans for 2020 is to keep this podcast afloat. I hopefully I can get out to more places, more haunted places, to broaden our ghost frickin' hunting series. Dude Jude says, what's up, Nick? How's it going? As you guys can see, my co-host has left me here. But Mr. Bones is still hanging out in the back. He came here for the ride. But yeah, for resolutions, we're not giving up on the Brickhead family. But with this whole Copa thing, that's going to be kind of put towards the back, and we're going to kind of build this channel a little bit more so we can have it to be as as awesome as our Brickhead family. Whether that is going to paranormal conferences, that's what I want to do. I want to go to a couple paranormal conferences and help get our name out that way. Because just doing this here today, we've picked up 7 subscribers here today. So that has been very, very cool. All right, I did think I saw Randy kicking around here. If he wants to come in here, maybe I'll poke my head out here and grab him up. How long are you staying in the shop, Nick? I am here till top of the hour here. Top of the hour for me would be 4 p.m. because then I have a Christmas party to go to, and so I can spread all my holiday drear and cheer as I ruin everyone else's Christmas as I've ruined everyone else's today with our Christmas history. But we got to thank Charles Dickens. He saved Christmas here in America for us. But let me poke my head out here real quick, and because I did see Randy walk by. Let's see what he's doing. He's probably over here making a sale. Alright, so it looks like he's going to be coming over here. Galgate says, yes, I want more vlog from you, Nick, like your tree purchasing outing. Yeah, that video should be coming out here because that was interesting to have our doors tied shut when I went and got the tree. But how is it going? My co-host has left me for the day. He had to go to work. So we want to introduce Randy, the other owner of Wolf Hollow.
Yes.
If you want to move the microphone up there a little bit. All right.
You know, I'm used to being on the other side of the camera. So.
Oh yeah. You're the cameraman, huh?
I am.
All right. So, all right. Well, Randy, welcome to the internet. This is a ghost freaking talking world out here. We actually have a few people in the chat right now. Galligade here. She's all the way over in the UK.
Oh. I have some bones in our cabinet from the UK.
Very cool.
Yes.
Nice.
From the plague.
From the plague.
From the plague.
Oh,
Yes.
that's really cool. When you guys started up the shop, was it more like a co-thing? Like you guys were both wanting to do it, or was it
Yes.
like kind of her thing and you kind of like went along with it?
Actually, we both have a love for Halloween and the odd.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I am a huge fan of odd. Like if you ask any of our friends out here, you would know that I'm probably the oddest person in the entire group. Mr. Kevin Hinkle Draws, he's from Connecticut, and he came in for a Lego convention because our first YouTube channel we're a Lego YouTubers, and so every year Chicago has this big convention. Well, Kevin came in from Connecticut, and we had another guy come down from Madison, and another guy come from Michigan, and they all drove out here for a night because they all wanted to check out my haunted house. So we brought them in, and Kevin has always been on the fence of being like, no, I don't believe anything like that. And as soon as we turned on our spirit box, and like voices were like saying, "Hey, Kevin." He's like, "Okay, guys, that's really creepy." So and I went out to a convention out in New Jersey about a month or so ago, and
I heard you talking about that.
And Kevin's like, Mr. I don't believe in any of that stuff. He's like, let's go. There's this most haunted road in America. He's like, we need to go out there and check this stuff out. And so sure enough, we hop in his grocery getter, his grocery getter van at like 12 o'clock at night, and we're driving an hour to go to this road. And you get there and it's just desolate, like dark nothingness out there. And you're like, okay, this road is creepy.
Yes.
But it's had like a lot of history out there. Used to have like pagan rituals were done out in this place. KKK things were done out there. The Iceman, he was like a mob hitman. He would dump bodies out there. There was a little kid. It's called Dead Man's Curve. And this little kid fell over the bridge and drowned in the river underneath it. And it said that if you throw a quarter or anything over the bridge, that the coin will be returned back to you. We did that. Nothing got returned to us. But we got this weird, because Kevin was taking pictures of everything, and we got this weird picture of like this like thing. It was like an outline of something, and it like casted a shadow and everything on back to this pillar. But if you look at the next picture, it's not there.
Up.
Yeah. So and it had eyes. It had if you could mark it out, it had like ears, eyes, and everything. It was a very creepy picture. Whether it was a little kid, I don't know. I think it looks more animalistic. And there was a story out there that there was a zoo that closed up, and they just kind of like let the animals out, and they like kind of became, I don't know, like inbred stuff, and they're like albino looking. Basically, that's what this looks like. Yeah, so if you guys ever find yourself out in New Jersey, go out and find Clinton Road, because
yeah, we will.
It's interesting. We do have a video out there, so if anyone's listening or wants to check out our YouTube channel, we do have our stuff out there for Clinton Road. That's about a 45-minute video. It's kind of long, but there's a lot of, dude, did you hear that? Because I kept hearing when I was staying on the bridge, it sounded like a little kid singing, and it didn't pick up on my audio because I didn't bring my good stuff down there because I didn't know. This is the first time me flying by myself. I didn't know what I could check in my bag or anything like that. So I left most of my equipment at home. Basically, I just had a GoPro, and the sound on that's not all that great. So it wasn't picking up too much sound. Plus, we had like 5 of us that went out there because it's basically, Kevin's like, hey, we're going to this haunted road. And we're, oh, let's do it. And next thing you know, we got an entire van full of people going to check this place out. So Kevin in the chat says, I'm only from Connecticut. We have corn and tobacco. He goes, I was being a proper paranormal tourist. Yeah, so it's cool. And then I'm going down to Alabama with him in the middle of January. And he's like, have you scouted anything that we can go out and do down there? So that's another thing we'll do.
There's a few places down there.
Yeah. Right outside Birmingham is called Sloth's Furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I have.
I don't know how accessible it is, but
I don't know how. I can't remember any of the details, but I do know that it's fairly haunted.
Yeah, because I believe it's a metals factory or was a metals factory, and so of course you're gonna probably have a lot of deaths that happen out that way.
Yes,
and a lot of energy.
It was way before OSHA came around.
Oh, so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we'll make sure to get our tetanus shots before we go to this place. Yes. So when you guys started up the shop, did you guys always envision opening up like a brick and mortar store like this, or did you think it was only going to be kind of like just do the convention type?
It was always the brick and mortar was always a someday.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, someday it would be nice to have a store, but we never really put much thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having fun on the
convention circuit.
Yeah, on the convention circuit. But then 2017 came along, and that was a bad year for us.
Oh yeah.
For both of us personally, so. And that changed our mindset a little bit. Like, well, why don't we do that?
Yeah,
why not? Instead of someday, why not now?
Yeah. Make it a nowadays. Yeah. Because for those out there, you fought cancer.
I did,
and
I won.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it was a lymphoma.
It was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. All
right. Yeah, so. I know all too well. That's what my dad had.
Yes.
So and he fought that for almost 25 years. Wow. So he was he it's fightable. And it's really cool that you were able to kick it, and now we're here at this beautiful store. And and you guys should be very proud of this place. It's really incredible. I fell in love with the place the first time I walked into it. So yeah, I love the design, and it's not like you're walking into a haunted house, because a lot of people are probably like, oh, what's I don't want to go in this place, it's creepy. I've seen a few people's faces when they walk in for this cookie drive thing, and you see them and they kind of look, they're like,
it's amazing what they do for a free cookie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's like, this is interesting. But yeah, the store is gorgeous. Now, are you guys only planning on this store, or is there plans on maybe branching out?
No plans branching out yet. So
okay, very cool. Because this is a very marketable type of shop.
Yes, thank you.
Like I said, it's not like smash your face in with haunted stuff, but you definitely you get a different vibe walking into here.
You do.
Yeah,
and that's what we wanted. We wanted an eerily comfortable vibe.
Yeah. It's not make you uncomfortable vibe.
No.
Definitely. And it's funny because a lady's like, yeah, my friend, she wants to buy a stuffed beaver.
And she did.
Yeah, she bought a beaver. And it's like, that's what you get. So yeah, all the stuff around here is just really cool. Like I said, the very first time I walked in, I kind of pick up on things. I'm not saying I'm a medium or whatnot, but just kind of like living in a haunted house, you just kind of, I don't know, you grow into knowing a feeling and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I made it through. I'm going good, and then something just kept pulling me towards that church pew.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really odd, and I told my friend when we left, I'm like, did you feel anything when we were in there? I'm like, because that church pew just kind of gave me something. And she's like, oh, you're just crazy, right? And and then we came here because you guys had a story night with Kathy Crystal, and Liz is like, oh yeah, we have this thing that kind of hangs around this church pew. And I looked over at my friend, I'm like, see, I'm not full of it. But yeah, you guys have named whatever's been around your church pew, right?
Yes. We do have a lady that comes in once in a while, and she kind of gets the feeling when she touches things if there's something attached to it, and she picks up the name James.
Oh.
We don't know if it's his first name, last name, nickname.
Okay. Oh, very cool.
So we call him Mr. James.
Mr. James.
Mr. James.
Nice. Hi. And I think that's another thing that I find cool. You guys get a lot of repeat customers.
We do. We have our group of regulars.
Yeah, it's kind of like family type.
It is
type of a feel, and it's really cool.
The lady that I was just talking about, she very seldom buys stuff, but she's in here like once a week, and she'll stick around a half hour, before she goes to her yoga class, and
very cool.
She'll talk, or she'll sit on the pew, or
nice, and sit over and talk to James.
Yes.
Very cool.
So.
Yeah.
So we have our regulars, and that's nice to see them coming in, all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Talking to us, and
very cool. Yeah, and hopefully more word gets out, and you guys very prosper, because like I said, this is very unique for Rockford.
It is.
And I asked Liz, I'm like, have you had any pushback from like churches or whatnot? And she's like, nothing yet.
No, we haven't really. And we do. I mean, we're friends with pastors and very churchy people, and they kind of look at us. But the way I see it is, it really doesn't matter who you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
We accept everybody here, and we want everybody to be accepted here.
Yeah, and that's the feeling you get when you come in. You're not being judged or anything like that. And
I know not everything in the store is for everybody, but
right.
we try not push one
thing or yeah. And I love you guys' pushes on like Facebook and whatever, because like I said, I'm scrolling through. I'm like, oh, here's another creepy doll that popped up. It just catches your eye. Because when I first heard of you guys, my sister shared an event saying, the store was opening. It's called Wolf Hollow. And hey, I had, I'm a skull collector.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys had a picture of a skull on there. I'm like, this seems very interesting. I'm like, what is this place? And my sister's like, I don't know. It's just a new shop that's opening up. So I'm like, I need to check this place out. So I did a little research. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is going to be really cool. It's not like it's a total, like, it's not like you're walking to a spirit store.
No.
Like we got, guys like Mr. Bones just hanging around.
Or Mr. Skelly.
Mr. Skelly. You guys get a lot of everything. Yeah. So, all right, Liz was telling me that you guys get vibes on stuff that you guys bring into the store.
Yes.
What is the number one item that you've brought in that you were like, oh, we've got to have this for the store?
I'm not sure there's been that item yet for me.
And
You know.
it's kind of like trying to pick out your favorite kid, right?
Yeah.
You can't really. So how do you guys come across like this church pew? How did you guys come across stuff like this?
Most of the stuff we've picked up has either been through antique stores or on a Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
Yeah.
I dive through Facebook Marketplace, but it's mostly normally just for Lego because that's what we do. I never thought of like actually looking in for more of the unique stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you got church pews. You guys got what is it, the suit for the funeral suit?
Yes, the rental suit for the funeral.
Yeah.
If you couldn't afford to buy a suit back then.
Yeah.
You could
And the
one.
thing is that it's one of those pieces that draws me in. I'm like, well, this is really unique.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just you come through the store one time. Next time you come through the store, it's going to be totally different.
Yes.
And I've noticed that. Like I said, I've been here about 4 times now. And each time I come through here, I'm like, whoa. Because I was talking to Liz. I'm like, do you guys have any skulls or human bones? She's like, oh, yeah, we got a spine. We got, this thing over here. I'm like, I didn't see this the first 4 times I walked through here. So, yeah, it's kind of like, stuff. You have to go through and like look at everything because it's just so it's a good sized store, but it's not like a huge store, and it's just so much. Do you come in, and I've seen people check out like these lunch boxes that are up here. These prints over here on this table those are incredible.
They are.
Yeah, I bought one when I had that gift card thing for work.
Oh, yes.
I bought one of those prints, and I'm like, oh, I still got to come back and get a couple more because those prints are really cool.
That is a lady, Madame Talbot, and she hand draws all those posters.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
she
wow.
hand draws them, and then they put them on a lowbrow printing press, which is one of the old hand crank printing presses.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because it's so the drawings in them, just some give you the heebie-jeebies when you're going through it. And it's like, oh, this I love the Plague Doctor mask. So when I came across the Plague Doctor one, I was like, oh, I've got to have that one. So I spent like 10 minutes down here trying to flip through all these posters to try to find one, and I was getting mad because I didn't find it. And then it was like one of the last ones I flipped through. I'm like, oh, there it is. Thank you.
So, but if we ever do run out of those, people are more than welcome to put their name down and a telephone number, and next time we do an order, we order one for them.
Very cool. Nice. And I ran through a little bit with Liz too. You guys don't have like an online store.
We do not.
Is that something that you guys are looking into the future?
Before we had the store, we did do Etsy. We have let Etsy kind of go by the wayside, and we did try a online store, but we couldn't really get the shipping to what we wanted it to be.
Okay.
And so I'm still looking into maybe having some of our stuff online.
Okay.
But for right now, most of it is in the store. There are a few pieces that we will ship to people.
Oh, very cool.
But
yeah, because I'm after I'm done here, I'm gonna take the camera around and we're going to kind of go through and do some video of some stuff, and because everyone in the chat today has been like, oh, we need to go check out this store, but like Gallagade, she's over in the UK.
Yeah.
Kevin's in in Connecticut, so everyone wants to check out the store, and if you guys see anything that you want on there, just let me know and we'll work something out.
we did have somebody from the UK in here.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Right after Halloween, him and his wife came in.
Very nice.
So, and it's like, yeah, we're from England, so we thought we'd stop in here because we love this stuff. And
very cool.
What are you doing over here? But ended up, one of our regulars, she lives a couple hours south of here, and she comes in, and her daughter, which would have been his sister, had a Halloween wedding. so he was over
Oh,
for the wedding.
very cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That future endeavors. Yeah, I think those Halloween weddings are really cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very unique.
And they're getting more popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't know where I came across it. I think it was just yesterday. The place settings with like skull napkin holders and stuff like that. It's like, wow. You guys have like a whole bar.
We do.
Place over here. Got the cool skull glasses and the stir sticks
and now we have the stemless wine glasses with skulls on them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go get me one of those. That's for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Because that's what I said. You come to the store once. Next time you come through, it'll be new stuff.
Yeah.
Because I see you guys posting on Facebook. Oh, we just put these out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh wow, you guys are cranking through this stuff. And today has been a steady flow. Sitting here watching everybody walk through the store. You guys have a very steady foot traffic that comes through here.
Yes.
So okay, we know about James, your spirit. Have you guys had any other experiences through here, or have you ever had a paranormal experience personal wise, not in the store? Or
I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah.
I have had a couple experiences here in the store, but I grew up in a haunted house myself.
So you know that feeling now.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
I saw a full-bodied shadow one night standing outside my bedroom door.
Wow. That's one thing I'm jealous of you people and seeing these full apparitions like that.
Yes. To a 10-year-old kid though, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I bet, right? Yeah, it's like, oh man, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. And we used to hear things walking up and down our stairs.
That's the worst.
All the time. It didn't matter if it was day or night.
Yeah, because I'll be laying in bed at night, and especially me and my ex, we split up back in April-ish time, and so I have the kids half the time, she has them. So those nights that I'm by myself, you hear stuff walking down the hallway. And it's like, God, I just want to go to sleep. Leave me alone. And you hear them open up the pantry doors and close them again. It's like, yeah. Because at other times when the kids are there, you'd be like, oh, the kid's just up or whatever. But it's like, oh, geez, something's digging around in here.
Yeah. So, and when I was single, I lived in an apartment with my kids, and I never saw anything paranormal there. But my youngest one, he would see like a older lady shadow, more of a shadow type person. So I think it was my mom keeping an eye on him.
Oh, there you go.
So because when he got married and moved away, it followed him. So
really, did it? Well, they say a lot of times spirits will attach to somebody.
Yeah.
Because one of the more active spirits, I think, was attached to my ex. Mm-hmm. So when she moved in to their place, my son's like, yeah, that stuff that was happening at our house, he goes, it's happening here. So I'm like, oh, so your mom took it. So that's why we haven't had as much activity in this house as we did before, because I think it's attached to your mom.
Yeah, I think, spirits can attach them to people, to items.
Objects, yeah.
Or some of them just move around freely. It's like, yeah, I kind of like you. I'm going to move with you.
Right? So have you guys ever had anything attached to anything that you guys have bought besides James over here on
we
the
have
pew?
James. I believe Liz mentioned earlier about the sofa that we bought.
Yeah
and sold.
Bought and sold pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty telling when your cat, who loves being on furniture,
it's like, whoa, man, yeah. I'm not, even me, I am not going on this couch right here.
So, Yeah, other than that, we really haven't. I mean, I hear knocking once in a while here. I mean, when, like, midnight, when everybody's gone.
Yeah.
So, and it's not, the people next door because they close at 10.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what was that?
Right. Yeah.
Was that you, James? And then, you hear a knock again. So, it's like,
well,
okay.
this was also a renovated gym, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah, so I believe you guys said, like, part of your shop was the old swimming pool?
Yeah. In fact, our entire shop is the shallow end of the swimming pool.
Oh, very cool. So, you got to figure with all that kind of energy that was passed through that, and, because water is a major energy conductor to begin with.
And what do you think when you're swimming laps?
Yeah.
You're thinking about all your problems.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Trying to solve them.
Yeah, you're trying to push them out and kind of, work your way out of it. Yeah, so, you have all that energy that's tied to this, and then you bring in, this kind of fun stuff that you guys have around here. I've been waiting all day for that mannequin to move. It hasn't happened. I've been kind of, even sitting here, I kind of like look over and I was like, okay, is she gonna move?
Yeah, I always expect her to move too, but she doesn't. So we actually name all of our mannequins.
Oh yeah,
so,
very cool.
That's Judith, and then we have Susie up here on top of the cabinet on the other side of the tent.
Nice. Yeah. People, because like Mr. Bones, he's at our house, year round, and we just change his clothes to whatever the season is, and people are like, "Why do you guys have a skeleton?" I'm like, "He's part of the family." And like, "What's his? Did you name him?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's Mr. Bones." And Mr. Bones had an unfortunate accident where he lost a hand one time. So whenever we go into like Halloween stores, my kids are always like, "You're a fake Mr. Bones because you have two hands. You're a Mr. Bones imposter."
I actually have one in my Jeep.
Oh,
on the passenger side.
Oh, very.
So I've got him dressed in a T-shirt. Now I've got a winter stocking cap on him.
Nice.
Pair of sunglasses.
Because when we brought Mr. Bones over, I buckled him in the back seat. And I'm just figuring everyone's gonna be like, that's interesting. What's this dude doing with his skeleton in the back seat dressed as Santa Claus? But yeah, I want to thank you guys for having me out.
You're welcome.
My son out today. We really
I'm glad
appreciate
you could come out and do this.
We've actually seen a uptick in subscribers today, so I want to thank you guys for helping us out, and we've been trying to put as much promotion into the product as possible, because what's one thing is to support small businesses, the mom and pop shops, because you get the Walmarts of the world that just kind of like stomp everybody out, but they don't have what you guys have to offer. It's unique, and I think Rockford, once it gets more out there, I think you guys are going to prosper really good here, because it's if you're looking for, you get, especially in the holiday season, what do I get, so and so for Christmas?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they have everything. Well, come here, because I bet you they don't have, a lizard in a jar,
or an ancestor skull,
or an ancestor skull. Exactly. It's just so. You guys have a whole shop full of unique stuff, and I think it's really cool. You support local artists and stuff like that. With this whole tent, setup.
The local community is, important to us, because, without that, your shop really doesn't, survive, because
exactly.
So we like to, give back to them and support them as much as they support us. And
very cool. Yeah, I seen that you had some artist paintings from local that you guys have for sale for here, and it's really cool. One hand washes the other, and it's really unique, because like I said, you get these conglomerate companies come in, and they don't care, they just want the bottom dollar, where you guys actually, from the look of things, you guys take pride in everything you guys do
Yeah,
here with the whole
we
setup.
want you guys to have an experience here,
Yeah.
not just
Yeah, it's not like
Just a
you're just
shop.
walking into a shop with
Yeah.
stuff just thrown on a table.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
So-
it's really cool here.
And we actually had 2 ladies coming in. Speaking of holidays, they celebrate Christmas Halloween.
Christmas Halloween?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
What's a Christmas Halloween?
Their favorite holiday is Halloween,
Mhm.
but then they give Christmas gifts during Christmas, but they're always Halloween themed gifts.
Oh, very cool. Christmas Halloween. That is really cool.
So they came in. They actually bought each other gifts while they were here. So.
Really? Very cool. Yeah, like I said, it's everything's unique around here. Even the customers coming in are
Yes,
pretty unique
they
themselves.
are.
And like I said, I've seen it plenty of times where it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Because they've been here
Yes.
multiple times, and
Mhm.
it's become kind of like a gathering place, and
Yes.
that's really cool. And you guys do have events, after hours events,
We do.
like the ghost story event that you guys had that
we
one
had
night.
The ghost stories. We have one coming up. I believe we got to work out the final details, but it's going to be at the end of December. We'll have a Q&A with a medium.
Oh, very cool.
So
Nice.
That'll be on a Friday night, I hope.
Very cool. Because going through my entire podcast, I rake those mediums across the coals big time. I'm like, I don't believe in any of this crap whatsoever. And we came in for Reverend, what's his name?
Marc Dorsett.
Yeah, Marc Dorsett.
Yes.
And I sat in that chair. I was blown away that this guy hit on everything from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And he just everything to a T about my dad. I'm like, wow, this guy. I'm still on the fence, but
Yeah.
I've got 1 foot over. I'm not gonna be so harsh on him now. That.
But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there are some of them that are out there just to take your money.
Yeah.
But, there are some of them with the true gift. And
Right. Yeah, because we sat down here with him, and even when our time went up, and he was just so connected that he just
Yeah.
kept going with it. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, any other time he would have been like, oh, getting fuzzy
Yeah.
for another $25. I'll finish your reading for you.
What
Yeah.
was that? Miss Cleo's
Yeah,
on...
yeah. Come and know me better. I'll read you your future. Just call me now, Miss Cleo.
Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate you guys having us out here.
Yes.
I'm gonna get all of our stuff out of your hair, and
All
you
right.
guys can have an awesome weekend here. And
Yes.
hopefully,
Thanks for
once I get
coming.
these podcasts out there, you guys get a little bit more attention, and
Yeah.
we'll get them forwarded to all your Facebooks and your Instagrams and stuff like that. So.
Feel free to come back anytime.
Oh yeah, we loved it. We had a really good time, and it was really funny because a lot of people walk by and they're like, I'm yelling at them, and it's like, hey, you know anything about the paranormal? And they're like, no, I don't believe it. I'm like, have you ever had anything you couldn't explain? Well, there was this one time. I'm like, come here and sit down and share a story. So we had a good, 6 or 7 people come and
That's
sit down
good.
and
That's good.
share with us. So.
Yes.
Because that's one of our things here is Ghost Freaking Talking. If you will have a story out there, write to ghostft@yahoo.com, and we like to read stories on here
Yes.
and
And
give our little input on what we think and stuff like that. So
there is Marc Dorsett. He is actually coming back in January.
oh, very cool.
January 12th, I believe. It's a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to give a little class on auras and...
Really?
I'm going to butcher the name of the other one. But it's where you can touch something and feel it. And feel the history of it.
Okay, yeah.
So...
Very cool. Yeah,
keep an eye on
yeah,
our
I'm definitely
Facebook page for that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back for that
Yeah.
one. That's, he's got me sold right now because it wasn't even like a time where he was like kind of like, whoa, it could have been something. And it's like, no, he was like, boom. I was like, that was my dad, and it wasn't like kind of like anything like every guy is into.
Yeah.
It's like he hit on everything like ham radios and everything about my dad. And it's like. I left here and we talked about it in our last episode, and I just even recounting it during the episode, I was kind of like starting to well up a little bit while talking about it. So yeah, that definitely if you guys can make it out here to to his readings, do it because it's well worth the money for it.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys supporting stuff like that in this area, because Rockford does get a bad rap sometimes, but you guys are definitely putting a little bit of a brighter light out here. So, oh yeah, he's kicking me. Yeah, right. He's very abusive in here. All right, guys. Well, that has been our show live from Wolf Hollow here in Rockford, Illinois, 3800 East State Street, not Riverside.
Yes. East State.
I was saying Riverside earlier. I don't know why I kept saying Riverside, but it's East State Street. Make sure to follow Wolf Hollow on Facebook and Instagram. I will link them when I'm done with these videos, and I will link them in the description below, so you guys can go and follow them. And I will also link them through our Facebook and Instagram pages as well. So if you guys do follow us or haven't followed us, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe here on YouTube, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. We are out there, I think, everywhere now. So go out and subscribe and leave reviews. That way that we get linked up to other great podcasts like Last Podcast on the Left or Darkness Radio or something like that. So we would like to get our names out there with those awesome shows. All right, guys. Well, I'm Nick, and I want to thank Randy one more time.
Yes.
Thank you for having us out
You're
here.
welcome.
And hopefully we can do this again in the future.
Yes.
We would love that. All right, guys. From me and Trenton here at GFT, Ghost Freaking Talking. If you guys have scary stories, send them to ghostft@yahoo.com, because in the end, everybody has a story to tell. All right, guys. So I am Nick saying, stay spooky and good evening.